Hi, I'm Scott Helman, and I'm a musician from Toronto. I keep hearing that cuts are being made to music programs in schools across Canada, and that worries me because music is a huge part of figuring out who you are. I think that's really important for people to be able to experience.
When we look on brain scans of people, even if they're just listening to music, we see a huge cascade of activity across almost the entire brain. So by providing instruments and this opportunity to interact, you're providing a unique learning situation that cannot be reproduced in any other way.
The high school I went to had a great music program, and I was privileged enough to be able to enjoy the arts in a school setting. I want kids to be able to have the same experience that I did. Which is why when I heard about MusiCounts, Canada's music education charity, I wanted to learn more about it.
Well, we've been around for about 18 years, and what we do is put instruments in the hands of kids that need it most. And we've been doing that, as I said, for 18 years, $8 million worth of instruments to kids all across this country, from coast to coast to the far north. We never had a program to service community centers or after-school kids. And it actually was Kevin Drew from Broken Social Scene who came to us and said, what do you do for kids like me who didn't get their education in school?
We started a program where we were finding actual instruments. I think all children should have the opportunity to be able to pick up an instrument to see if that speaks to them.
I was a terrible student, I will admit it, and I had a really hard time focusing in class. But when I picked up a guitar and started learning music, it was one of the only spaces where I felt like I wasn't out of focus.
Oh my goodness, I could testify that music brought my grades from failing, 48s, 60s, right up to 98. Having that relationship with music is something that's gonna be with you for the rest of your life.
One of the most fascinating things I've observed with my own students is that as they're given leadership roles in the band program, they tend to mature very quickly. There's always the looming threat of cuts, and it takes a stroke of a pen and a program disappears. It will take years to reestablish that program.
I think it's pretty devastating that music would get cut. Music doesn't exist. It's not real, it's in the air, it's around you, but it can change you so much. It can change the way you feel and your idea of yourself. It can change your mood, and that's magic. There's a power to that.
I'm here with Andrea Curry-Jefferson in Brampton at the Music at the Towers program, the founder of the program. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So
Excellent.
Tell me a little bit about the program.
This program has been running, we're now going into our 5th year. When I retired from teaching high school music, which was a string program, I felt it would be nice to share the joy of music with children. And I had an amazing letter from one of our parents and said, I have noticed within a few months such a difference in the concentration of our children and in their self-discipline. I was blown away by it. So it's nice to know you're doing something really is meaningful. Thank heavens TD MusiCounts is supporting that idea very, very strongly.
Awesome. Watching a kid experience music like that is inspiring because it makes me really remember what music is all about and what it really is in the first place. It's really great what MusiCounts is doing because it's giving people the opportunity that I had, which is the opportunity of music.